This is a reminder that on Saturday, October 28th, Let's Play at Novora Autism will be hosting an Extra Life Halloween special featuring Undertale. Then, on Saturday, November the 4th, join us for our main Extra Life stream featuring Ukulele. Both of these streams will be supporting the McMaster Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network. Come and show your support on both days for this wonderful cause. And so, off to the one and only new 4-player dungeon for patch 4.1, the Drowned City of Skalla. Yeah, as you can see, since we just came out of an underwater area, a lot of this stuff is going to be laden with salt water. So Skalla and I, as well as a tank and another DPS, will march our way into here. Alright, so let's go ahead and be on our way. Yep, the tank's already running, so let's follow. You're scared? Take your time, tank. You can get through this. Take it nice and slow. We're in no rush. Unless we wipe a whole bunch of times, then we would be in a rush. Also, I hit the wrong button. Now, also as well, I noticed that I cannot see the duration of my buffs. I don't know if this is a glitch that happened, but yeah, for some reason I cannot see my buffs. Like, obviously I have my most obvious one, which is the Blood/Life of the Dragon. Plus, with the introduction of patch 4.1, you can now get Life of the Dragon, the red glow that I have on Corinne, in 3 Mirage dives instead of 4. Let's get ourselves a couple more Nankas to fight. We'll take to the skies a few times. Avoid your stagnant spray if you can. And do that to you. And I am close enough that I can use my Dragon Gaze, which is nice. Yeah, it is nice that they've now expedited the process for Life with the Dragon, that you get it in 3 Mirage dives as opposed to 4. And I got that up in time. So now that those Nanka are now gone, we gotta deal with these things. Which we will deal with quickly, thanks to the help from the moves that I've got. Like Mastron. Gotta change enemies quick. Gotta do it on the fly. Take you. Good. Alright, you're dead. So the lava are gone. Yeah, now we gotta deal with more larva, but as you can see, the mama is not far away. In fact, I was wondering, like, why is the tank pointed to the left? Yeah, it's kind of a bit weird, but hey, this is the tank. He's the leader, he can do whatever he wants. I'll leave my battle litany for when we take on Mama. I won't be able to get Mastron off in time for another use. Yeah, sadly. Okay, and you're aimed that way. Aha! Gotcha. And yeah, the mama is now gone. But her babies are still around. Still plenty of babies. Into the air and down. So close. Maybe a little jump start to get the Astron going. And this will help things along. Oh good, got that off just in time. Go me. Alright, so off we go now. We now have mini-boss number 1 in our sights. Let's wait on Skalla. Now we gotta defeat Kelpie, who is literally a seahorse. As you can see, Kelpie here, our first mini-boss, is literally a seahorse. You also may have noticed as well, the outer perimeter is a bad zone to stand in this fight. So anything you can do to keep yourself out of that is good. Yeah, also don't bother following Kelpie into the water, because like I said, since the pink water is bad, you're just going to hurt yourself. For moves like this. Yeah, Kelpie's got a few tricks up his sleeve. Since I've only done this once, I'll need to give myself a bit of a refresher as to which moves he does have up his sleeve. But yeah, whenever you get... Oh, don't shadow! Don't shadow! Because yeah, now you... Once you get Bloody Puddle, you now have to have this orb chase you around a bit. Obviously, it's going to implode after a period of time, but don't let it implode where you're standing. Oh, and he pulled me in. Ah, damn you. Yeah, he pulled me in. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got him through half his health so far. We are burning through this quickly. Have a little battle litany on me, guys. Alright, now it's 3 times targets. Gonna run over here. Now we're gonna get chased by our little orb friend. Honestly, I don't want to go this go too far, so... Oh, was that a good idea? Probably not. I mean, then again, I did set myself up to get knocked back. Well, we've almost got Kelpie dead here. This literal seahorse is about to get turned into a regular seahorse. Yeah, your standard run-of-the-mill. In fact, let's finish him off with a Gears Kogel. There we go. And there we go. The seahorse is dead. So all items here, as far as equipment is concerned, are going to be item level 315. But since I'm at item level 324 and have pretty much almost everything that's not... Yeah, I only have 3 items that are at item level 310. That's it. So yeah, if I do pick up any jewelry along the way, and it's intended for a Dragoon, I will definitely take advantage of it, and I will definitely equip it. And now we gotta deal with this freaky golem here, who reminds me a lot of the golems from Shining Force 2, which I, of course, last played last year as a note to David Bowie, because the lead character in Shining Force 2's default name was Bowie. And launch it. Alright. Yeah. Take your hands down, sir. Whoop! Yeah, don't do anything just yet. And stun him. Yeah, but all told, these guys aren't too bad. They're very manageable. Alright, I'm back here to get this chest. Ooh, this is for me. I called it, did I not? Yeah, I'm the only one who has need on it, so I'm gonna get it. But I also need to get out of the way of this Land Surge attack. Yeah, Sally hit Skalla in the face. Yeah, Skalla in Skalla got hit in the face with a pair of stone spikes from these pair of Feebads. I think it's kind of funny how Skalla has a dungeon that's similar in name to her own name in real life. Obviously, I'll never see anything like that for any characters I create. Like a villain, definitely, because we saw that with Mathia. But as far as the naming of a dungeon, I do not see that happening. I should probably put on this earring real quick. I'm gonna sacrifice the bonuses that came with it, but it's a small price to pay if we can make stuff happen that's good. Yeah, these Dara Sentinels, they really love to stack AoE together. I almost got killed in my run with Mathia because they were stacking their buffs because I was in the middle of a jump attack and they all conveniently did their moves at the same time. Which, for a Dragoon, can be insanely frustrating. In fact, I would feel that way even if it was a monk or a samurai, because they, of course, are also melee-based DPS. And to a lesser extent, so is the Red Mage. Alright, let's move on. Yeah, now we got this one Feebad against a quartet of Sentinels. And we gotta go the long way around in order to get everyone together. Let's see if we can't turn the tides on these guys. I'm gonna wait a little longer for an opportunity to use my Nastron. But I'll get it, I know. Build up the gauge again. Now unleash Nastron. There we go. And another Nastron. So far so good. Now we made our way to mini boss number 2. The old one. Yeah. Here's a stone statue that is not only sentient, but it also has a very creepy face. My tank, lead us on. Good thing you're not aiming that this way. Yeah, this guy does like his AoE. Now we also gotta deal with this problem. Gotta put these subservients out. And we gotta do it fast before we all end up dead. As you can see, it says order to self-destruct. Thankfully, we stopped them all in time. And the old one even has, you can even see what he's commanding to his sentient statues. See, that was crazy, but believe me, there's more craziness to come. Yeah, we haven't even scratched the surface with this guy. Yeah, with shifting light, he's actually going to change us into Spriggans. And we now have to use our Spriggan powers to disable these subservients before we get self-destruct cast on us. So yeah, this is a wacky dungeon with even wackier bosses. We've got a literal seahorse. We also have a stone sentient statue that can turn us into Spriggans, into little bunnies. Yeah, the old one, he definitely has a sense of humor, that much is certain. Did not quite get that off, but I might not need to. However, we do need to start immobilizing subservients again. And as you can see, they're going to start moving. So we've got to disconnect their chains. Best way to do that is to just get ahead of them. Like, while they're immobile, definitely take advantage of that, but then once they start moving, get ahead of them in order to make sure that you can get yourself back to normal again. And that's gonna do it. And the old one splits in half. And we've earned the right to go downstairs. Oh, what are you doing to accomplish that there, Yami? So yeah, we see a treasure chest over here. Obviously, we want to go and see what's inside. Oh, an amulet of slaying now. Well, the random number generator is being very generous. And of course, I'm going to need to make sure that I get appropriate buffs for these things, appropriate materia. Yeah, I'll ask you to aim that somewhere else, please. Oop. Okay. Yeah, splash into you. Hey there, Kurobi. Good to see you this evening. Glad to have you with us. Also, I'm targeting you, apparently. I have not attempted the new version of Shinryu. Now, being a Dragoon, I could easily jump over this, but the game doesn't want me to do that. They want me to turn into one of the enemies we just killed and fly over this ravine. Yeah, one of these Zangbetos, one of these freaky owls. Yeah, they have us turning into those now in order to cross ravines. I'm sure you can see why this dungeon is quickly become one of my favorites, even though I have only done it once before, and that was earlier today. Because there is just so much fun stuff in here. I mean, turning into Spriggans and birds. Yeah, having to fight a literal seahorse. Like, this dungeon, like, if you thought that Stormblood was, and Final Fantasy XIV as a whole, was getting stale, this dungeon will change your perception. Like, if you feel like the dungeon layouts in Final Fantasy XIV are getting stale, this changes everything. Because where else can you go and turn into a flying owl? And a Spriggan. And a whole bunch of other things, too. Like, can I turn back to normal now? Yeah, I was about to say, can I turn back to normal now? Yes, this is the new dungeon there, Yami. This is the new 4.1 main story dungeon. The only 4-player dungeon that was introduced for this patch. the first time ever, as far as I know, within Final Fantasy XIV that they only introduced one new 4-player dungeon. And yeah, if you've been paying attention, I'm sure that this place is whetting your appetite. I know the reactions I was getting from Skalla and from Chelsea earlier today when they ran through these dungeons. They were a bit perplexed by what they were seeing, but they also enjoyed what they saw too. Okay, one last line of defense. Hey, where do you think you're going? Come back here. Come back, I say! Whoop, look out! Well, if nothing else, you helped me to get Mastron, so thank you. Yeah, you kind of did me a solid there, guys. Thanks for that AoE forcing me to move around. And apparently we're going after the idol first. He's the one who's gonna die before these rotting royals. Who also happen to be sporting the Venom look. Yeah, take this! One more to go. I'm gonna hold the blood for blood until we're actually at the boss duel. Alright, with him down, we now have deactivated this force field, opened the doors, and found this Chimera as our final boss. Yeah, he's gonna be a raging torrent of fun. Yeah, let's go inside. So yeah, everyone but Skalla had been here before, or not been here before. I mean, technically I have been here before with Mathia, but you get the idea. Alright, here we go, dealing with Corroded Poison Tongue. This crazy, creepy Chimera who serves as our final boss. There we go. And as you can see, he's just going to raise his tail. When you see that message, get out of the way or you will be smacked in the face and take a debuff. He also likes to do moves like this, which will force you to run to the outside to try and take as little damage as possible. If they get there, okay, it counts. And then he'll do fancy stuff like this. But then turn around for Eye of the Fire, because if you don't, that will put confusion on you. Even has a little bit of Sri Lakshmi in him. Yeah, that's a mech also used by Sri Lakshmi. Oh, gotta step out of the way for this attack. Cause yeah, he's charging his laser. And looks like he still is. In fact, he's charging a lot of lasers. Like, do something original, man. Yeah, and look how crazy this gets. Thankfully, it is not all-encompassing as that ring, so if you can't jump in, then don't. Thankfully, I was out of the way of that. Oh, gotta run. It's fun, but I gotta run. Still need more time to come up in order to make use of my Nastron. Here we go. And this is gonna get hectic. At least I can hit you from far. Yeah, this time they'll come towards me, but I gotta turn around. Else I'll get my ass confused. So far, we're doing a pretty good job. We've already got him down to a third of his health. I can reach that far. Yeah, sometimes with the Dragon Gaze, you just never know if you're close enough to be able to be on the receiving end of being to have a mutual benefit. But yeah, I didn't move fast enough in order to escape, so I got nailed. Yeah, this is tight quarters. But yeah, he's just so much fun. Yeah, charging his laser again. Going for the kill. With a double limit break. Ooh, this is gonna be awkward. Thank you for moving. We should have this soon. There it is. This Chimera is defeated. But as we discover, yeah, he is being controlled by someone who is now dead. And now vanishes into a glimmer of light. And yeah, no victory pose here. We can only show sadness for someone who got cursed by King Theodoric and used his power to turn that guy into a freaking chimera. I think the tank held their own quite well for their debut, so I think they deserve the commendation for this battle. And Skalla got it. Skalla gets the last piece of treasure, so time for us to move on. So yeah, there is the 1 4-player dungeon for patch 4.1. It was just one, but they certainly put a lot of love and care into that dungeon, did Square Enix, to give us that impressive of a dungeon. That was certainly enjoyable. So, having defeated the Chimera, yeah, a hole appears. As do these two boys.
Are you all right?
Pull yourself together.
Aye, everything's still attached.
Hey guys, beat you to it.
It seems both our paths led here. Very good.
Indeed it did.
We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you?
Yeah, you were fleeing, I was fighting. Allow me to explain to you. In detail.
Much the same, then. 'Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Indeed it was.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Also, you may have noticed the portrait up there. That's actually King Theodoric. But yeah, we certainly found ourselves quite a treasure. Yeah, there's the picture of him. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
Glad we can help there, Arnvald. Victory is ours. So yeah, let's get on out of here. And we find ourselves back in the Alamegan Quarter, and we'll reconvene with Alphinaud to complete this challenge. Arnvald and I forged ahead at the fastest pace we could manage, but I was not surprised to find you waiting for us. I suppose it serves us right for challenging the Warrior of Light. Next time we should agree on some manner of handicap. Well, it would also help if you attune yourself to Aetherites. Aye, we may have lost Alphinaud, but think what we have found! Indeed you have. Quite. I am still reeling at the sight of that mountain of riches. What, like how you reeled in at the sight of that floating spectre, you mean? You should have heard and screamed, Corinne. Must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found them our king's trove, and that is all that matters. And so, We've completed the dungeon and get the 4,325 gil reward. Yeah, it's obviously not that much compared to the treasure we found, but it's worth it. Stand strong and unified.